I'm Ram. Welcome to another one of my videos. And in this video, we will be reading Muji Baba's book, which is like a emergency or last minute guide, a invitation to awakening. It's like a meditation to know your true self. Quite simple, very powerful. So I'll be reading it page for page. There's only 27 pages, but I will also, after reading 27 pages, turn it into a meditation for us. And I will meditate with you guys and replay this video. From the room of being, I invite you. Come in, but before you enter, please leave your shoes outside. One more thing, also leave your mind outside, because it will only get in the way of what you truly wish to find. But how to leave my mind outside, you ask? Leaving the mind outside simply means leaving all your ideas aside, leaving aside all that you believe you are and all that you think you are, or all that you think you know about yourself and about life. I ask you to do this just for a short duration of this guidance. Leave aside all thoughts about the past and any memories which tie the mind to the past. Don't touch any concerns about the future, for no one has ever experienced the future they imagine. Also, leave aside any interpretation about the present moment. Also, don't cling to any dream or desire, for instance, what kind of world you would like to live in or the kind of person you would like to be, for all these are based upon imagination and conditioning. Is there any truth in them? Maybe, but right now I'm asking you to step away and leave everything behind. Please trust this. Continuing, leave your personal sense of self outside also, that is, who you have believed yourself to be. Now, as we go more deeply, some resistance or fear is likely to arise from time to time. This is to be expected, so don't panic. Stay with my guidance and don't be distracted. It is important to not hold on to any thoughts. Just stay empty, and you will soon see why. When we are finished, you may re-identify with a person and its world if you wish. You will find them waiting for you right where you left them, but only if you want them back. If you don't want them, you will find that they were only made of thoughts you believed in. Let's move on. You don't need to create, imagine, or visualize anything, so don't worry, you cannot fail. You are not required to do anything at all. In fact, you are going to discover that leaving aside everything is simple and natural. For now, leave aside even the desire for enlightenment itself. Trust this, don't get entangled with the mind. Simply stay as you are. Isn't it a relief? Now, as you enter, you are empty. Welcome. Remain empty like zero. Don't go backward or forward, and don't pick up any new concepts or ideas. Recognize this effortless place. You are now inside the heart as the heart itself. Simply rest in and as what remains by itself. This is your natural state. There is no next thing to do or undo. There are no concepts here. There is no time, no past, no future, not even now. There is nothing to keep comparing or expect. You are beyond form, indefinable, yet fully here. Stay quiet, don't rush, allow some space around this discovering. In this unbound space, recognize that you are not holding yourself together. Each thought, feeling, and sensation is like a cloud passing. You are like the sky, vast and unchanging. Notice the limitless space of formless awareness, just the sense of isness, natural, silent, and empty. It is nothing in particular. It is just what is. What was and what could be have floated by. Nothing sticks. Notice that you are not waiting. Notice also that you are clear-minded and not in some imaginary state. There is only the space of formless awareness. You are naturally self-aware. Perceiving happens spontaneously and effortlessly. You are neither creating nor collecting. Immaculate. The mind might say, this is boring. There's nothing here. What's the point? We're not getting anywhere. This is all just talk. I understand it intellectually, but it's not helping me. It is vital to not get pulled into the mind's web. Don't trust it. Don't believe it. Don't engage with it. not be discouraged or distracted. Mind is simply trying to trick you into becoming personal again so that you remain unaware of your true state and power as unborn awareness. Mind gains life for itself by deceiving you. Notice that the deceiving mind can only attack the idea you have of yourself and not your true self, which is beyond its reach. You are the formless intelligence in which everything appears, yet yourself remains untouched and unblemished. Feel what it feel what it is just to be. To be is not an instruction to be carried out. You are not going to be or become. Discovering your effortless existence, there is nothing to change or become. There is nothing to add. You are already complete just as you are. Isn't it now becoming obvious? Be one with this knowing. You are now in the natural state, egoless space, unbound. Take a little time to confirm, digest, and assimilate your experiencing. Now that you are here in the room of being, I would like to ask you a few simple but important questions. Each and every question facilitates the direct experience of your true being. They don't compel you to think or learn, but rather to discover. They reveal the ultimate truth. Notice also that the contemplation of each question takes place inside the unchanging pure awareness, the limitless space of isness. Don't move from one question to another until you grasp what is being asked. Your responses should flow from your direct insight and experience, straight from the heart. Follow earnestly, read slowly, please don't hurry. This space that is effortlessly here, which I refer to as isness or what is, though indescribable, it is fully alive, isn't it? Like an ungraspable, intelligent vastness. Are you aware of this? Is the isness an object? Is it a feeling? Does it feel strange or unfamiliar to you? Can it have or be troubled by desires, attachments, or fears? Can the isness belong to or be owned by any person, religion, philosophy, or doctrine? Does it perform actions? Does awareness itself think or meditate? Can it become emotional? Can isness be depressed, confused, or angry? How about jealous, insecure, or rejected? Does isness require or depend upon belief? Is it being imagined? Can it become sick, or can it suffer or cause suffering? Can it be for or against anything or anyone? Does the isness have needs, or can it lack anything? Can isness be distracted? Can it have problems? Can it be influenced or manipulated in some way? Can it be bound or liberated? Is there time or season in the isness? You are in the perfect place to know this. Was isness born? Can it die? Reflect. Is isness personal? If it is not a person or any other object of perception, how is it being recognized? You are discovering the isness now, but where has it been all this time? Can it leave or fade? Where would it go? Is there a place where isness is not? Can the mind function outside of what is? Can there be an outside of isness or awareness? Can the recognition of isness happen outside of or apart from the isness itself? Finally, is there any distance between what you are and what is? Now the ending of the book. If there is no distance or separation between yourself and the awareness, isness, then all your responses must be about you, and they must be arising directly from what is your real self. Is this too big a discovery for you to bear? And who would you be to bear it? This recognition of isness must obviously be a non-phenomenal recognition. This means it is a intangible, indivisible recognition, for how else can that which is formless be recognized? Isness cannot be recognized by anything other than isness itself. Therefore, isness and yourself are irrefutably one. The mind may try to dispute this, but it is too late. You are already in. You are already here. Be confirmed in this. I also know this to be true with intangibles, with a CIA coordinate remote viewing CRV, ERV sessions in stages 4 of the practice, psychic ability, whatever you want to call it. There are data that you have to receive, and there is intangibles when you are in a deep meditation, and that data category that you're supposed to receive, which is called intangible, it's kind of like you have to gaze through the paper, and it's not like the other information you receive in the session of a target, such as tangible objects, um, stage 2 dimensions, emotional data, etc., sketches, etc. You know what I mean? I just thought that clarification or input or feedback on intangible would help that statement. Continuing, you are introduced to your own pure being. Recognize that you are not a visitor here. Have you ever been more peaceful, content, and complete than you are now? This is your true place. This is your true self. Become accustomed to remaining one with the isness, as isness itself. Bring your attention to it. Stay with it. Acknowledge it. Love it. Enjoy it. Be it. Gradually, even these initial efforts fall away, leaving the self-evident truth shining as pure awareness, the one true self. Enjoy your freedom. Enjoy yourself. Timeless love. Muji Baba. And then, ... parentheses, important pointers against the backlash of the ego mind. Even after such a profound seeing, many, if not most, seekers will experience a backlash from the ego mind. Due to the force of habits, the reflex to re-identify as a personal self will keep arising from time to time. But if you remain impersonal, that is, you don't identify with the ego, it will be seen that these habits are mere superficial movements inside the unmoving isness you are. No matter what, remain one with the isness, which is your source being. The power of truth is with you as your own self. If something seems to go out, notice that it is only the habit of attention moving towards personal identity. But even if such a movement occurs, it is quickly recognized within the expanse of the isness, and thus neutralized. The one true self remains as it is, unchanging and untouched, yet fully alive as the source of the mind itself. Through the invitation, the ego's delusive power is being cut at the very root, and it will fight to protect its psychological life. Whenever it finds the opportunity, it will represent the most vulnerable states of the person you imagined yourself to be. Avoid this trap of the ego mind by recognizing that the person, your old self-image, is an observable phenomenon witnessed in and by your true self, the unborn awareness. Anticipate ego's cunningness, and you will find yourself ahead of its game. Even though the heat of a mind attack may be experienced with great intensity or discomfort, don't panic or abandon your resolve. It is neither an indication that freedom isn't for you nor that you are failing. In fact, it is quite the opposite. It means you are onto something and the mind feels threatened. Be clear about this. Such attacks can only happen to the person and not to the real self. Actually, they serve in exposing where egoic identity and its tendencies are still hidden or being preserved inside yourself. Knowing this, don't despair. Rather, be encouraged and feel the joy of merging with the self. Last page. You are recognizing that there is only the one indivisible self. If the sense of an attack is experienced, who exactly is being attacked and who is the attacker? Can it be found? Contemplate this, and you will recognize that all conflicts are between forms, and all forms appear inside the formless. How paradoxical that our most firm ground is in formlessness. You must keep confirming your true position as the formless witness until there is no space left for a imaginary self to hide or persist. Finally, all suffering comes to an end when we awaken from the long and tiresome dream of separation into pure and perfect awareness, the Supreme Self, which is one Satchitananda. And now you are here. It's all here. You are it. Plamni Tatvamasi. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's a small book by him, very powerful, but like an emergency guide or emergency meditation type of thing. So replay it, the video, meditate, like it up, subscribe. Pause the video in between the questions to contemplate and hold on to that spaciousness. Ram Ram. Namaste.